it's lights out fun. It's so great. I love it. Let's go to another question from a listener. This one comes from Keisha Chamberlain this morning. What has been your favorite game of the season so far?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know, the two games that I'll just answer with 2 games. I can't narrow it down to one. It's hard. But I'll give you one home game and one away game.
Sounds good.
The away game that's been the biggest impact on me, I guess, was when we beat Fresno State at Fresno State.
And you guys went into overtime.
Yeah, you might ask, that they're the last team in the league. You know, why that? But, you know, Fresno creates some matchup problems with us, and they're very athletic, and we played them tough. Like, we played well down there, and it was close the whole game. And they hit a 70-footer.
Yeah, I remember. I couldn't watch the game because I was doing some family stuff, and I had to be on the road, and so I was listening to it on the radio, and I heard Al Lewis over at KVNU say, and he throws up to 7. He made it! Yeah. Oh, my gosh, he made it! And I was just like, what?
Yeah.
What goes through your mind when something like that happens?
It was incredible. I've never seen a shot like that, especially at the end of a game like that. But he put it up, and it went right in, and it tied the game and sent it into overtime. And that right there showed me that we have a high-character team, and we have a high-focus team when we are on it. Because a lot of teams, when that happened, may have folded on another team's home court, and an amazing shot like that. You know, they had people going to the exits, and then as soon as that happened, they all rushed back down in. It was crazy, but you know, the emotional thing, part of it, it was crazy. But we were able to say, you know what, that doesn't matter. We're gonna beat them in overtime, and we did, and it was a really big win for us. And as far as our home games, I think the Nevada game was pretty incredible, just because of there's a sequence of events where Brady Jardine got a block, and then Stevan hit 2 threes, and the place was crazy. I've never heard it so loud.
I don't think I have either.
And
it was mad.
Being on the court at that time, it was kind of weird because it was shaking. Literally, the floor was like and it was incredible. So
I think Stevan Williams actually was quoted as saying, I got to the point where I was dizzy. I couldn't take it. It was absolutely insane. But what are your thoughts as well going into this weekend? This weekend is senior night, and Gary Wilkinson. Actually, this reminds me. Gary Wilkinson, when he came on the show about a month ago, he talked about that Fresno game too, and said you were especially pumped up and ready to go and geared up and fired up and with that no quit attitude. And he gave you a lot of praise. I guess I'm giving you now your chance to return the favor. What are your thoughts about Gary since this is senior night this weekend? And what sort of impact is that going to have on the team not having him there next year?
Good question. Gary, when you talk about Gary, for those who don't know him, he's a great basketball player, but he's a better person.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
And he treats everyone with respect, and he's a very approachable person, outgoing person, and he can carry a conversation, and he makes people feel good. And if you haven't heard about his story, you need to learn about it, because it's pretty incredible what he's gone through in his life and the changes he's made in his life. And you know, he's a lot older than most of the guys on the team, and so when he says stuff,
people listen.
You know, our teammates and myself, we listen, and we respect him for what he's gone through, and as you know, because he's such a great person, a lot of the guys look up to him, as do I. And so, you know, he's a great guy, and we're gonna miss him a lot. But you know, here at Utah State, we don't rebuild. We just keep going. You know, we'll have some new guys that come in next year and do their best to fill in his shoes. You can't do that fully, just like how we lost JC last year. You can't replace him with just one guy. Everyone will have to just step up, and that's what we'll have to do with Gary's absence next year as well. And so, you know, that's how we're looking at it. But we're looking at this game as a celebration. A lot of times teams, you know, when they're losing great players or whatever on senior night, it's more like a funeral or something like that. But it's a celebration to celebrate his great career he's had here, and not only that, but you know, the great person that he is and what he's gone through in his life to reach this point. And so it's going to be pretty fun. And so, you know, people that are going home for spring break, they should just stay home for an extra day and come to the game tomorrow night, because it'll be a great one.
I unfortunately I have to work in Salt Lake City. I really want to. I've been to every single home game this year, but I can't come to the one tomorrow.
Yeah. It's okay. If you have to work, that's okay.
I'm so disappointed. Let's just go with just one more question, because I know you're running out of time. You gotta get out of here, and we understand that here in Fusion HD3. But just a couple more questions. By the way, one last call. If you have not put in your question yet to Tyler Newbold, this is your last chance you are going to have to get that question in. I don't know that I'm going to be able to take any phone calls right now, but if you send an email to requests.fusionhd3@usu.edu in the next 3 or 4 minutes, we can get that question to Tyler. Or you can just go to the website radio.usu.edu and click the request link there, or the contact us link. Send us an email, get your question in. This is the last 5 minutes of the interview, so I'm making a final call. Okay, Tyler, you said that Utah State just doesn't rebuild. You guys just keep chugging, you keep going, you're constantly on the move. What do you attribute that ability to? Because lots of teams just can't do that.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with our coaching staff, Coach Morrill especially, and his attitude towards it. He told us right from the beginning, even before the year started, he says, we lost one of the best players in Utah State history. But he said, it doesn't matter. Let's go prove to everyone that thinks we're going to be down because we lost him that we can still be great, that we can still win a lot of games, and that we can, do damage in the WAC, and a lot,
Well, you guys certainly have done a lot of damage. I, for one, was one of those people going, okay, J.C. Carroll's gone. They're going to have to shift the entire mindset of the team, shift the offensive scheme, and it's just going to take a while to rebuild. But you guys hit the ground running and came out with guns a-blazing.
Absolutely, and that's what we were looking to do. And we had a great start. We've lost a few in the last little while, but that's okay. We can learn from it. Believe it or not, you can still learn from things this late in the season, and you can continue to go upward from here, and that's what we're looking to do. And looking to finish this thing out wonderful, and hopefully win another championship in Reno, and keep this thing going. So it'll be a fun time.
Mm-hmm. Now, you guys, coming in about a month ago, you were ranked 17th. I think it's exactly a month ago. You were sitting at number 17 in the national polls. You were going to play Boise at Boise, and then since that point, you've gone 3-3 over the last 3 weeks. Do you attribute this to just high-quality play from their end, or has something on your team been a little bit different or a little bit off? Because last time when I was speaking with Gary, he said, we tend to come out a little bit flat sometimes, and that can hurt us. So what are your thoughts on that?
When you're ranked, we already had a big bullseye on our back, and then we got ranked, and that bullseye gets bigger. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, why we came out flat in a few games. I wish I did, but it's not acceptable for whatever reason why that's happened. And I think we've learned from that. And I think the big thing for our team and for teams that are in a situation like us is, we've already wrapped up the WAC regular season, but not to get comfortable with that, not to say, oh, we've already done this, we don't need to do any more. We want to be a little greedy and say, we want more. We want to go and we want to win, more games. We want to win the WAC tournament. We want to try to get to the NCAA tournament, and in order to do that, we're going to have to play just as hard or even harder than we have, in any game, this year. And so we understand that, and that's what the approach we're taking, and that's what we're looking to do.
Awesome. Well, it seems like you guys have a lot of aspirations. I know you guys are certainly a very good team. 26-4 is an extremely good record in college basketball. I give you guys my compliments, and just want to say thank you for being here, Tyler. It's been a pleasure to be able to talk with you and interview you.
Thank you. A lot of fun.
Yeah, feel free to stop by anytime you want to stop by. Spin a song or whatever. You're always welcome here.
Cool. So, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, no trouble. So we're gonna We're gonna let you spin a song here before we let you go.